Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to go deep on a topic I know a lot of you are fascinated by, giant squid and colossal squid.
Some pretty incredible
Yeah,
creatures.
they're amazing. Now, we all know about giant squid from, legends and stories, but just how big are they? And here's something you might not know.
Yeah.
Giant squids aren't even the biggest squid in the ocean.
Nope. That title goes to the colossal squid.
That's right, colossal squid, the true heavyweight champion. So today we're going to unpack everything we know and don't know about these deep-sea giants.
Sounds good.
Are you ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
Okay, perfect. So before we get to the size showdown, let's clear up some common misconceptions. Is it fair to say that giant squid are basically just blown up versions of the squid we see in like calamari, and colossal squid are just like even bigger giant squid?
Not really. They share some characteristics common to all squid, of course. But giant and colossal squid are both distinct species with unique traits.
So there's more to it than just size. Okay, great. All right, let's get to the main event, the size showdown.
Yeah.
Just paint us a picture. How big can these creatures actually get?
Well, the longest giant squid ever recorded measured a staggering 43 feet. That's like 1.5 school buses.
Wow.
But some estimates suggest they could reach up to 66 feet.
Wait, 66 feet. Is that a solid fact, or is that like more of a guess?
That's a good question. It's based on the size of sucker scars found on sperm whales.
Ah, okay.
So while it suggests they might encounter squid that big, it's not conclusive proof. Could be other explanations.
Okay, so not ruling out the possibility of like a supersized giant squid, but taking that 66-foot estimate with a grain of salt for now.
Yeah.
What about colossal squid? How do they measure up?
So colossal squid might not be as long, but they're heavier, much heavier. They can weigh around 1,000 pounds, almost double the weight of a giant squid. And they're estimated to reach about 32 feet in total length.
Wow.
And they've got this more robust build, thicker, more muscular tentacles.
So colossal squid are like the heavyweight boxers of the squid world.
Yeah, exactly. They're built for power.
It's mind-blowing to think about these things just lurking down there in the depths. But with all the technology we have these days, why is it so hard to study them?
Well, it's the deep sea. It's a really challenging environment to explore, and most of our encounters have been with deceased specimens.
Deceased specimens, okay. How do we even come across these deceased specimens?
Sometimes they wash ashore or they get caught accidentally in fishing nets. One of the earliest documented encounters with a giant squid was back in 1873 when one was found in a fishing net off Newfoundland.
Wow.
Or recently, in 2007, a fishing vessel in the Southern Ocean hauled up a colossal squid. Still alive, but barely. And that one's actually now preserved in a museum in New Zealand.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But why are live sightings so rare?
Well, they live in what's called the twilight zone. It's a part of the ocean that extends from about 650 to 3,300 feet below the surface.
Okay.
There's no sunlight that reaches those depths, and the pressure is immense.
It's an extreme environment.
Yeah, it is. And it takes specialized equipment and expertise to explore that area. And plus, they're incredibly elusive creatures.
Yeah, imagine. So, but we do have those deceased specimens to study, right?
We do, but even those can be a bit misleading.
How so?
Well, when a squid is brought to the surface, the proportions can change out of the water, the tentacles can stretch,
Right.
and it can give us a skewed view of their true size and form.
It's almost like trying to understand an animal based on its shadow, right?
That's a good way to put it. You're missing crucial details.
Right, right. So to really understand them, we need to observe them in their natural habitat, which I guess is why we have so little footage of them.
Exactly. We've only managed to film them in the wild twice. Once by OceanX off the coast of Japan, and another time in the Gulf of Mexico.
It's incredible to me that we only have like two recordings of these creatures in the wild.
Yeah, they're very mysterious.
Are there any plans to try and film them again?
There are actually. A marine biologist named Dr. Nathan Robinson has a really fascinating plan to try and film a colossal squid. And he's collaborating with OceanX and their research vessel, Ocean Explorer.
Ocean Explorer, that sounds awesome.
It is.
What's the game plan for this expedition?
They're going to brave the harsh conditions of the Southern Ocean. That's the only known habitat of the colossal squid.
Okay.
They'll use sonar mapping to try and identify deep-sea canyons, which are thought to be potential hotspots.
So they're going to these canyons hoping to just kind of run into a colossal squid?
Well, not exactly. They're also going to be following clues left by another ocean giant, the sperm whale.
Wait, sperm whales, what do they have to do with this?
Sperm whales are known to prey on giant and colossal squid. In fact, you can often see scars on sperm whales from battles with these creatures, sometimes even with giant squid tentacles still attached.
No way.
Yeah.
So the team's they're gonna, like, eavesdrop on sperm whales to try and track down colossal squid.
In a way, yeah. Ocean Explorer is equipped with hydrophones that can listen for those distinctive clicks that sperm whales use for echolocation. By tracking those clicks, they can pinpoint areas where sperm whales are hunting, which could lead them to colossal squid.
Wow, that's some seriously clever detective work.
You gotta be creative.
Let's say they find an area with sperm whales, potentially some colossal squid. What then?
Yeah.
They're just gonna hope one swims by.
Well, they have a little something called the E-jelly. It's a bioluminescent lure invented by Dr. Edith Witter.
Bioluminescent lure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It mimics the defense mechanism of a certain type of jellyfish.
No.
When this jellyfish is attacked, it creates this dazzling pinwheel pattern of light that attracts even larger predators. Yeah. And the idea is to use that E-jelly to attract a colossal squid, get their cameras ready, and capture it on film.
It's like they're setting up a deep sea light show.
Yeah, exactly.
To try and lure in this colossal squid. I'm sure
Yeah.
I'm sure you're wondering, like me, why go through all this trouble? Why is it so important to study these creatures?
Well, it's a great question, and it gets to the heart of why deep sea research is so crucial. For starters, it's about conservation.
Right.
We need to understand their behavior, their habitat, and their population if we're going to protect them.
I completely agree. Understanding these creatures is essential for their survival. Especially in a world where human activities are, impacting the ocean more and more each day.
You're right, you're right. But beyond just conservation, there's the pure pursuit of knowledge.
Yeah.
These creatures hold clues to the mysteries of the deep sea and the evolution of marine life. And, they really spark our imaginations and remind us of the vastness and diversity of life on Earth.
Couldn't have put it better myself. I'm already captivated by these creatures, and we're just getting started. But unfortunately, we're going to have to take a quick pause here.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll be back soon to continue our exploration.
Definitely will.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of giant and colossal squid. We were just talking about the importance of studying these fascinating creatures.
Yeah.
Not just for their own sake, but for what they can teach us about the ocean as a whole.
Absolutely. Their existence is really intertwined with the health and stability of, such a vast and unexplored realm.
It's like they hold a key to understanding this whole ecosystem that's still shrouded in mystery.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of mysteries, how much do we actually know about their behavior? I mean, are they active hunters, like constantly on the prowl, or are they more like ambush predators just kind of lurking in the shadows waiting to strike?
That's a question that really fascinates scientists, and based on our limited observations, it seems like both strategies might be at play.
So they have like a few different hunting tricks up their tentacles.
Exactly, exactly. They're intelligent creatures, complex behaviors that we really only have glimpses of.
It's mind-boggling to think about them navigating that dark world down there. It makes you wonder about their predators. I mean,
Yeah.
are there any creatures out there that actually hunt these giants?
Well, when it comes to giant squid, we know for sure that sperm whales are a major predator. I mean, the evidence is literally etched on their bodies. You see these circular scars left by the squid's powerful suckers. It
Mhm.
tells a tale of some pretty epic battles in the depths.
Yeah, I can only imagine those battles. That must be incredible to witness. A true clash of the titans.
Oh yeah.
What about colossal squid? Do they have any known predators?
It's widely believed that sperm whales prey on them as well.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have similar sucker scars, and their beaks have actually been found in the stomachs of sperm whales.
So the colossal squid, they also face off against these massive whales. But if sperm whales are their main predators, doesn't that raise some questions about conservation? If we're concerned about squid populations, shouldn't we also consider the impact of whaling?
You bring up a really critical point, and it underscores the interconnectedness of these marine ecosystems. The historical practice of whaling certainly had an effect on sperm whale populations, which could have then influenced the balance between, whales and squid.
It's like a like a giant domino effect. Like one change just kind of ripples through the entire system.
Precisely, precisely. Conservation efforts really need to take this holistic view, considering the well-being of the entire ecosystem and not just individual species.
Right, right. Speaking of survival, let's delve into some of the incredible adaptations these squid have evolved to thrive in that extreme environment. Imagine living in perpetual darkness. How would you even find your prey?
Right. It's incredible. Well, some marine animals do use echolocation, but squid have developed this fascinating adaptation, bioluminescence.
Bioluminescence, the ability to like produce their own light,
Yeah, yeah, like fireflies.
like fireflies. But
Mhm.
how does that work in the deep sea?
In so many incredible ways. Think of it as their own underwater light show. Some squid use it to attract prey, luring these unsuspecting victims toward their waiting arms.
Okay.
Others use it to communicate, flashing patterns of light to signal potential mates or rivals even.
So it's not just about seeing in the dark. It's about using light to communicate and to hunt.
Right, exactly.
Wow, and it gets even more fascinating.
Oh yeah,
Some squid use bioluminescence as a defense mechanism,
that's right.
releasing these clouds of like glowing ink to confuse
Yeah,
predators
yeah,
and make a quick getaway.
exactly.
Wow, a dazzling escape route. It sounds like their bioluminescence is like this crucial survival
Oh,
tool.
it is. It is. Definitely is.
But speaking of survival, I've always wondered about their eyes. How do they see in the pitch black of the deep ocean?
Well, that's another remarkable adaptation. Squid eyes are incredibly well suited for low light conditions. They're often disproportionately large, allowing them to gather as much light as possible, and they're packed with these light sensitive cells, enabling them to detect even the faintest glimmer, in the abyss.
So it's like they have built-in night vision goggles.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. And their eyes are so sensitive that they can even pick up on those bioluminescent displays
Right.
from other creatures.
Exactly, giving them this unique advantage in that dark environment.
It's like they have a secret language of light down there.
It really
And
is.
some species have even evolved more specialized eyes, right? Like the colossal squid. Their eyes are thought to be particularly good at detecting movement in the dimly lit depths, which makes them even more formidable hunters.
Yeah, you're right.
It seems like every aspect of their biology is just fine-tuned for survival in that extreme environment.
Yeah, it's really a testament to the power of natural selection,
Right.
shaping their senses to perfectly match their habitat and lifestyle. And speaking of remarkable adaptations, we can't forget about their arms and tentacles.
Right, right. Those are definitely some of their most striking features.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about the role those arms and tentacles play?
Well, they're essential for both hunting and defense. So to clarify, the arms are shorter and they're lined with suckers along their entire length, which are perfect for grasping and manipulating prey. Whereas the tentacles, they're much longer and usually only have suckers at the tips, which they use to snag prey from a distance.
So it's like a tag team effort.
Yeah,
Tentacles for the initial capture, and then the arms for the finishing move.
exactly, exactly. And those suckers are lined with these sharp tooth-like structures called denticles,
Okay.
which help them grip prey with incredible force.
I bet that sounds like a grip you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of. And what about those beaks we talked about earlier? What role do those play in the feeding process?
So the beak is like the final piece of their hunting arsenal.
Okay.
It's made of chitin, the same material that makes up insect exoskeletons.
Right, right.
So it's incredibly sharp and powerful.
I imagine it can slice through flesh pretty easily.
Oh, absolutely. And it's connected to this strong set of muscles, allowing for this crushing bite.
So it's like a multi-tool
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
for taking down prey.
Exactly.
It's amazing how every part of their anatomy just kind of works together
Right.
to make them these effective predators, you know?
Yeah.
This combination of power and speed and all these ingenious adaptations.
It's really remarkable. They're true masters of their deep sea domain.
We've covered so much ground already in this deep dive, from the colossal size of these squid to the intricate workings of their eyes,
Yeah.
those powerful tentacles.
Yeah.
But But I gotta ask, why are we so fascinated by these creatures? What is it about giant and colossal squid that just captures our imaginations?
That's a great question, and I think it speaks to